Hey everyone, just thought we'd make a quick video to support one of our students and publish it on YouTube so everyone can benefit from this. We've got about 4 questions on a previous 2015 CSSE paper, and one of the questions is this one. So let's have a think about this. As the grid shows a variety of shapes, each labeled with a letter. And then it goes on to ask us which of these shapes have the same area. So in terms of area, it can be a bit tricky when you look at something like this, right? So what we have to kind of think about and discuss with our children is that, well, how do I do this? Well, if I kind of think about the fact that you've got this is a triangle actually. So E is a triangle, right? So we're trying to work out which one's the same area. E is a triangle. And triangles we know have area as base times height divided by 2. Okay, so if this was a full square in this case, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. A 2 by 2 is 4 square units. In this case, we don't have the centimeters. And so the triangle E must be 2 square units, okay? Whatever the units are. Okay, I'm just write 2 square units for time being. A, well, this is a what is it? A parallelogram, right? So we've got one whole square here, and these half squares together makes another one. So A is also equal to 2 squares. Yeah. These two for B are also equal to 2 squares. So we've got a few actually that have 2 squares. So actually A, B, and E have all got 2 squares. This D, let's have a look at D. D is a bit more tricky, right? How are we going to do D? What can you suggest? Well, we can kind of like break them up. If the lines that are out of the shape can be drawn again, so we've got a half, add a half, which is one whole, and another half of a square. So D is 1.5 square units. Okay, and then you've got C. C is going to be, let's draw the lines again. So this will be here, that will go across, that will go down. You've got 1 here, half a half is another 1, another half. So you've got 2.5 square units here. Okay, so the only ones actually that have the same units, square units, is going to be A, B, and E. They're both, or all 3 of them have 2 units. Now, it says which shapes have the same area. So if you wrote just 2 of the 3, so if you just wrote A and B, then you don't get the full marks in this question. Okay, so you have to write A, B, and E. Which shapes have the same perimeter can be a bit more of a struggle. So let's rub out all of this, make it a bit more clearer for us. And let's start again. Right, so same perimeter. Well, we know we've got, what do we have for A? Let's start with A. We've got 1, 2 here, 2 there. So we've got 4 plus 2 diagonals, right? The diagonals are not the same as having a vertical or horizontal line, okay, of 1 unit. So a diagonal is not the same. So I can write 4 units plus 2 diagonals, okay, for A. For B, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B is 6 square units. No, it's not square units, is it? It's because it's going to be just 6 units because it's perimeter, right? So it's not area. Then you've got C, which is going to be a bit more tricky. C. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Plus you've got 1 diagonal, 2 diagonals, 3 diagonals. 3 diagonals. So far, none of them are equal. Then you've got D, which has got 1 diagonal, 2 diagonal, 3 diagonals, 2 units and 3 diagonals. 2 units plus 3 diagonals. And finally, you've got E, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 units plus 1, 2 diagonals. And so 4 and 2 diagonals, A and E, are going to have the same perimeter. Okay, So in this one, we can't say what the perimeter is, but we do know that A and E have both got 4 horizontal or vertical lines. Why is it that they're the same? Because these are squares, but they have also 2 diagonals each, and therefore 4 vertical or horizontal lines and 2 diagonals means you have the same perimeter.